This episode is brought to you by Flow Roll Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA. You can find them on Facebook at Flow Roll Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA, and you can also find them on Instagram at Flow Roll BJJ. What they teach down there is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, a little bit of mixed martial arts, Jeet Kune Do, and self-defense. Okay, so you can find them at 9962 Prospect Avenue, Studio F, Santee, California. The hours that they operate at is Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. and then on Saturday at 9 a.m. all the way till 11:30. So the guy running it down there is Coach Ricky Nunez. He's a good guy. He's real friendly, and he likes to have a lot of fun. And just so happens that he has fun doing jiu-jitsu and teaching self-defense and a little bit of mixed martial arts down there, Jeet Kune Do, just he loves martial arts and he loves to teach, and it just so happens that he does both right there in Santee. So go to Flow Roll Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA on Facebook and at Flow Roll BJJ for all your jiu-jitsu questions and if you want to check him out and all that good stuff, okay? So you can also call him at 619-415-5305. One more time, 619-415-5305. At Flow Roll BJJ on Instagram and Flow Roll Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA on Facebook. Thanks, Coach Ricky, for being a sponsor of the show, and thank you guys for listening. All right, we're live. Woohoo! Doing it live.
You gave us a like.
Who?
Me.
Oh, yeah, cool. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate that. I wish you would have did that shit earlier so just in case you guys missed it, for all the one person here that's actually here, and here, and there, and here. So it's like a Matrix kind of conundrum there, okay? We released a new episode today,
Yes.
starring Xiao Si Wei Mao.
Check it out.
Episode
12.
11.
11. This is 12. Last one was 11.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you, Mike, for all your hard work.
Yes. Least I could do on last minute. Fucking.
I give it to you first thing in the morning. First thing in the morning. I was like, here you go, son.
First thing in the morning, what I'm doing is this on the toilet.
Check in my mail. It's no longer the day and age of the newspaper, son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know how guys used to take like a whole newspaper under their arm
Yeah.
and really go to the toilet? Because I have seen that at my job.
Like, I'll
it's
be
like,
back,
dude, you guys
and you're
took,
like, I know where that guy's going.
yeah. It's like, where else you gonna go just to read the paper? And I can't find you. See, that's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. But so I have a topic up there for Mike, and it's called "Who's Really Embarrassed?" And Mike said, "What do you mean?"
Yeah.
And I go, "Okay, so you've known me for more than half my
Too
life.
damn long. Yep.
More
More than half of your life. Yeah.
yeah.
More
That's
than
what you
all
said,
your
right?
life?
That's what you said.
I know you more than all your life.
Should have stayed on my account, man. Some bullshit. Anyways, fuck. I'm over it. Yeah. Oh, but so you know me. I could be labeled as obnoxious. I would like to call myself fun and
Yeah, you could
outgoing.
be.
I
Could
could
be.
be. I could be. I'm not. Could be.
He could be.
But so every once in a while, like I'll pop off and just woo, and like it's like, oh my god, Dominic's just being Dom. That's. And if other outsiders go, what's going on with that guy? Like, who knows? And you guys can't even explain it. It's just like, he does that once in a while. He doesn't get out much, so when he's around people, he tends to just kind of take off his pants. So it's like, that's what he does.
Yeah, I don't know. Like when you do your thing, yeah, I get kind of like, oh shit, oh my god, did he He just did it, and it's like one of those things, like jumping on stage for the first time. You know, you're like butterflies, and then once you're on stage, it's just like you zone out and you do your
it's no
thing.
big deal. Yeah.
But yeah, like when you do it, you're like, oh shit, Dominic's about. Yeah, he did it. Everybody's looking. Yep.
Yeah.
He walked into this bar with a fucking
butterfly
face.
But dude, I mean, that stuff don't bother me. You know, it's like whatever. I don't really give a shit.
So
but,
I mean,
so here's where I'm getting at. So it's like when you go, "Damn, man, you embarrassing me." I'm like, well, wait a minute. I'm the one doing the embarrassing act, so ain't I supposed to be the embarrassed one? Out of everybody around me, I'm supposed to be the top of the list embarrassed, right?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, does that make sense?
Yeah,
but when people go, "Man, you embarrassing me," it's like, wait, what did you do? You just sat there.
No,
like, you didn't do anything.
But, I mean, it all comes
Is it
back
association?
Yeah, because you're the friends with the weird guy. Like, you know what I mean? Or you're that guy's friend. No, I'm good. I don't know. Like, you know, because if we end up talking and, like, you know, having something in common or just sparking good conversation, you're gonna have to bring that guy with us. Like, we don't want him around.
Oh, what?
Guilty by association, man.
Oh, okay, so that's it. Guilty by association.
Yeah,
all right.
Most people.
I guess I get that then.
Yeah.
Because there's been plenty of times where I've done some stupid stuff, and it's like,
I think that's where the phrase kind of, you know, generated from, was like, I'm guilty if I'm hanging with the losers.
Right.
You know, the losers table. You're sitting at the losers table.
You're labeled.
Get out of
as
here.
that.
Hurry up. You know, before anybody sees you.
Oh, I see.
You know?
Because, like, you know, if
fuck that, I'll hang out.
Well, of course, of course you do. Because it's like, you know, way beyond the embarrassment. You know how much loyalty and respect we have for one another and stuff like that. But yeah, if we can get past all that, you know, and like this last week's episode that we recorded, or this when we released it today, Santee was talking about a lot of perception, you know, and I didn't, you know, Santee is very well respected in all of his circles of community, you know what I mean? Not just one big one. He has a lot of little ones that make up his community.
Yeah.
I have like 2 circles that make my community, you know what I mean? It's like my friends, and then I got a couple outside friends, and that's about it. Yeah. But like he was saying, you know, he was like kind of ordinary, or he was just kind of just going along with what he was told and taught. Yeah. And he was like, I didn't know that I was kind of having my hands tied behind my back. And I never thought of him as that. He was like, but you knew me. That was your perception of me, was your mentor, your teacher and stuff like that, and your friend, you know, out inside and outside the halal. So it was all about perception. And I didn't think about that because of how I perceived him. You know, I was like, you're my friend, you're my kumu, like, how else could I see you being, quote unquote, shackled up like that? And I didn't know. I guess because maybe I chose not to see that. Or, I mean, I didn't. But maybe because, I don't know, maybe I didn't care to get to know the guy or ask him how he's truly doing. Or maybe he put up a good enough facade. Or like he was saying, he didn't know. Yeah. Not facade, but yeah. So, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, the whole guilty by association. You know, it's just like if you put that out there, all of a sudden, you know, birds of a feather, blah 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 blah, stuff like that. So I guess that's kind of where I got it, because I never got. I mean, again, I never got that. I just never got you're embarrassing me by doing embarrassing things. And to me, I'm like, well, I took off my pants. It didn't do anything for you. You could literally sit on the other.
I put my legs up, I was like,
dude, I thought that was hilarious. Yeah, I was like, that was the funniest thing. That was the most outgoing and loose I've ever seen you, because every time I'm putting my legs up in the air, you're always, oh God, like, oh my God, like, why is he doing that?
I'm telling you, roles are switching, man. Roles are switching. You becoming Mike. What had happened was.
Oh man, I'm so clumsy nowadays, and just yeah. What's that? What's going on?
Nothing.
Oh,
I stopped following, or I stopped.
Even you left the live feed. That's sad. That's sad when even the guy that's hosting it leaves his own live feed. All right. Okay. What is going on here? What are you doing now? Well, why don't you just... Oh.
too many people can do that live while you're live.
I guess so. Anywho, but
If
we
you want to talk to me on my live, go to MOD4UP
Not that
Facebook
one.
page.
Go to that one. There it is. There's one.
Yes.
There's one.
There we go.
And they're gone.
Bye. Hi and bye. They didn't even say bye or hi. They were just like, oh.
You guys are hurting my feelings, man. You guys are hurting my feelings. Kiki, where you at, man? You and Dominic are like a number one fan,
I just
man.
saw you today, man.
Saw you.
But
Yeah. Perception is a funny thing when you kind of, quote unquote, walking a mile in another man's shoes. Like I was telling you, and I live near a park where homeless people kind of live, but they have cars, which is really weird. So they'll park the cars there for the night or even for the day, and they'll sleep, they'll do their thing. And I've kind of had a judgment of them, like, man, you can't just be. It was I won't say it was super harsh because it wasn't harsh. It was just like I didn't get it.
It was what do you call that?
Ignorant.
Yeah.
It was ignorant. Yeah. And then when you were like, well, you told your side of the story, and I went, oh, man, my friend was there. Like, what if I saw Mike at that park, and, and I was just walking.
Of course, I wouldn't have been like, man, I'm living here. I'd be like, I'm just chilling,
Yeah, I was on my way to get you, but it was early in the morning, you know what I'm saying? Let y'all sleep in, and a little bit of pride goes there. But, you changed my perspective. I mean, I hate to use that word like a million times this episode. It's only like 10 minutes, but you know what I mean? But you changed my point of view. And I was like, wow, like maybe they are just down on their luck, because I do see homeless people a lot. I'm in Lemon Grove, and you wonder about the path that they chose. Yeah. Because it didn't happen overnight. Come on.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
No.
There's no way that you go from having a job, having a wife, having a kid, or just having a job and a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever it was, and all of a sudden, boom, like you're living in your car.
Like I told you, back in the day, when we were going to Bell Junior High, there was this kid that used to, walk with us. His name was Dorian. Used to
blast him out. That's fine.
If people from my hood, if you know Dorian, he was just the kid that just walked to school. We knew him. He was at our school. I wasn't close to him, but I knew of him. Mm-hmm. And dude, believe it or not, like 15 years later, like I see him like tweaked out downtown San Diego, like doing some like. You know those people that walk around talking to themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was doing that, and I was just like, damn, like it wasn't like I told everybody, hey, you remember Dorian? Yeah. It was just like, damn, like, fuck.
Yeah,
like what would I do if I was in that situation? Which it came to that at a certain point in my life, it came to not so much sleeping on the street, but in my car.
Yeah,
and. I say it because I've learned from it. Mm-hmm. And exactly, it didn't happen overnight, but it was stupid fucking
it wasn't
bad
fun.
luck.
It was
bad luck. Like
Mike, what had happened was Herrera.
A series of unfortunate events.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it happened, and I took it and strived. Like, instead of like saying, woe is me, like, did you know?
No, not even. No,
like,
I didn't even
know. Like,
not
a
even
lot of
bit.
people like in my life didn't know about certain things that I went through, because I didn't let that shit, like, it did get me down at certain points when I was like, by myself thinking, but look, I got out of it. I'm doing like 10 times better. And, and like it nah, fuck you.
Because of me. Big Daddy.
you the reason. You the reason why I was there.
Kept buying all those damn burritos.
And I'm being real. Like I don't normally put my shit out there.
Yeah.
But like I've been in hard times and I got out of it. And those people that are out there that are saying, like I just this happened and then this is happened next, and it just keeps piling up. Shit keeps piling up. And you eventually get out of it. Yeah, you got to hit rock bottom before you go.
But there are those people. Like I said, like it doesn't happen overnight for sure, and it trickles and just keeps going. And that quote, God, I hate quote, like shit rolls downhill. And all of a sudden, like they lost their job, and then all of a sudden the girlfriend, boyfriend goes, hey, well, what do we need to do? I can't pay the rent by myself. And then all of a sudden, boom, like, hey, you're dragging me here. You're dragging me here. And then all of a sudden they go. And then all of a sudden, well, since you go, you got to get out. And then since you were using my car to go to work, you can't have that car no more. Yeah. And, you know, all of that just
Dude,
keeps
it just brings
up,
me to that movie, Pursuit of Happiness, man.
Oof.
Man,
yeah, no,
that was like tough. Like,
that was a tearjerker for sure.
Yeah,
for sure, man.
Yeah,
that was hard to watch.
Yeah, it was hard to watch.
Yeah, and I don't really enjoy those kind of movies so much, but for some reason I liked it. It's not like I kept watching it.
It's inspirational. It's inspirational, but I can watch it once and really just watch it from beginning to end. Once. Yeah. After that, it's not something I'll be like, oh, I want to watch it again.
Yeah.
Because I can't put myself back into that.
And a harder thing about that was his real son.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In which he was crying, and you know they were in the bathroom scene, and he's like holding the door closed, like, "Hey, get out!" You know, I was like,
you know, but there's people like that are down on their luck, and not because of they're just like they're bad decisions. I mean, there's a fine line.
Yeah,
but it's like it could be a good decision. But then it takes
to a worse. It's super left turn,
and you get stuck in that situation.
Yeah.
But the thing is you gotta
see, because I
rise
know
above that shit.
Right. See, I knew someone
Don't think it's the end.
Hey, Claudia, what's up? Thank you for sharing and liking and watching. Like I should say I know someone that just it was not you. It was one job fired, one job fired, one job. Quit. You know what I mean? It was just like, and you have to come to grips with reality. What was the common denominator here? What was it? All of a sudden, it was is excuse after excuse. It was like, oh, this person always put hard times on me. This person always gave me shitty hours.
Trying to bring me down.
Yeah.
The system.
I was doing my job,
man,
and they said I wasn't doing it right.
Dude, like,
so you know what I mean? It was just one after the other.
I agree. I agree with like the man's keeping us down to a certain extent. Like, like realistically, like, come on, like you didn't fucking make it to work on time, like 10 times.
Or how about this?
It's just
like everybody else is keeping their job.
Yeah.
I've had my job for almost 14 years now.
The supervisor didn't like me.
Right.
Like, dude,
little things like that.
The same shit as if we were in school. Like, oh, the teacher didn't like me. Like, you know, my stepson came with, you know, the teacher just didn't like me. You know, sending me to the principal. I'm like, you got to be doing something else.
Right,
They're not just going to be like, I don't like this kid. I'm going to send him out.
Right. But hold on here. In defense of the kid, and this is just real. I was talking all this shit about why people walk around with their chip on their shoulders, but I have one against the education system. Oh, okay. And teachers in particular. Now, this was, in the 90s where kind of like everything wasn't exactly diagnosed. It wasn't ADD, ADHD, and you need this and that. Like, we didn't have any of that. It was just you were either a good student or you're a bad student. And I was a bad student. But here's the thing. What my parents just never got. I was a bad student, but I was a good kid. You see what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? So those two really, truly don't mix. But for some reason, I was there. I was doing a 1.5, 1.0, yeah. And like there was this one teacher, Miss O'Connor. If I ever see you, Miss O'Connor, on the street, I'm running you over with the car. Fuck her. Fuck Miss O'Connor.
Death threats? What the?
No, this is what happened. And I think I did explain this on the show, but I'll explain it again. She was like, all right, I'm going to give you a break, okay? You write me a 500-word story made off the top of your brain, and I'll get you up to par. Like, she's not, I'm going to let you pass. Like, no, that'll catch you up so you can get caught, like, to get that C, D, or whatever it was at the time.
Extra credit because your points were...
Sure, yeah. So I did this off the top of my head, Mike, and I mean off the top. You know me. I can tell a story and bullshit my way through it, and I've never had a problem with that.
His life.
So I made up this more than 500-word story because I got into it, and I handwrote it. Wrote it.
Written.
Hand
wrote it.
Hand
wrote it.
Wrote it. And I wrote because I got into it. It had vampires. It had wolves. It had a castle. It had a lot of things in there. I remember this, and I gave it to her. I was like, "Here you go." I was up till 1 a.m. My mom woke up like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm almost done. She goes, all right, don't stay up too late now. Just do what you got to do.
Not too late.
So, dude, I've never stayed up till 1 in the morning in my life. In middle school, man, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to party till 9. Same thing like now. But I wrote it. I gave it to her. Next day, she goes, I think I've read that story before. I go,
you could not possibly have read.
You got it. One of two conclusions here. It's either you truly don't care for me, like you really don't like me as a person, not just a student, a person, a human being. I'm only 10, 11, 12 years old. Come on, man. You think you read that? Twilight hadn't came out yet, bitch.
He wrote Twilight. No.
Did I fucking write Twilight? And that bitch just... If I see Miss O'Connor's name on the bottom of Twilight and she get all that millions, she owes me. But no, I did. It had wolves, vampires, castles, all that stuff. And I wrote it off the top of my head, swear to God. And you think you read that before? You fucking bitch. So,
okay.
You know what I mean? So, like, I'm saying there are teachers that... I mean, first off, teachers aren't in it for the money. That's for fucking sure, because they don't make a lot, and that sucks for them because they're educating our future, which they should be close to the six figures, if not in the six figures. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Firemen, police officers, teachers, nurses, okay? They should be way up there in pay, okay? Sorry to get a little political, but that's just how I feel. And they teach from the heart. That's it. That's the only reason why they do it, is from the heart. They love math. They want to pass on good math. They love history because we need to know history. English because they don't want to raise dumb fucks that write one long sentence like I do. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, but to say that, to blatantly lie like that, hurt my feelings to this day. I'm 33 years old now, and it stuck with me. Yeah. So it gave me this huge chip on my shoulder.
It did stick with you because we went totally way off topic.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting back to it though. Okay. You know, he's saying that she doesn't like him. She doesn't like him. That might be true, because that is very, very possible, in my opinion, because of my experience. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I wasn't a great student, but I was a good kid. Yeah. And same, I don't know about your stepson's, schooling and all this stuff, but I know the few times I have hung out with him, he was a good kid. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, that was just an example.
Oh, yeah.
Just like
see, it just plucked the nerve. He just kind of got me. So,
about to cry.
Yeah.
But, you know, like people that are like, oh, man, it ain't working. It's like, man, if I got out of a tough situation, like a rock and a hard place, if I got out of that shit, anybody can get out of that shit. You just gotta, like, really put your priorities, like, get them straight,
get them in order, yeah.
Because people that are down on their luck, maybe it was a bad decision, maybe it was just fucking bad luck. Yeah. But if you're still in that situation and you're staying in that situation, that means you're not. Right. Yeah,
because we all get bad luck. We all have bad luck, and we all make bad decisions. Yeah. Trust me, it happens. Shit, like sometimes you zig when you should have zagged, and it's very, very simple. And you know what? If you keep zigging, if you keep going that bad route, then guess what? You're gonna attract bad things. You know what I mean? And it's like,
was the example of insanity?
Oh, well, the insanity is doing the same thing, expecting different results. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same shit.
And that's why these people that are on the street still, I'm kind of like,
you're 50-50 on that one.
Well, yeah, but like if you're standing, and it gets me all the time because I'm always on fucking College Avenue, going to that Walmart or that Target, and there's
Target's
always
fine.
somebody.
There's
always somebody at that light. That's like,
begging,
I'm hungry. I'm and it's like, dude, if you can walk up and down that fucking thing, and some of them like talk to you normal, like some of them talk to you normal, some of them like are like straight on, like up, and it's like, dude, you can totally get a job. Like, even if it's like the simplest job to stand at a fucking door and watch who comes in and out.
Hi.
You don't even have if you look at the people that are working at this security place, right? Like some of the security guards are so damn old. You fucking blow on them, they'll fall over. Like they're. I'm like, what are you securing? You know,
Yeah.
but if that old 80-year-old dude can get a job doing
Just greeting. Yeah.
yeah,
just hi.
you know, like you can get a job. And that's why I'm kind of
Yeah.
like I see these people on the streets and I'm like I want to know why why you're in that situation.
Yeah.
Like
And
I'm not just going to give you $5 or
yeah.
you know, my extra change
Yeah.
because you say, "Oh, you're hungry."
Yeah.
Well, what if I gave you a sandwich or what if I gave you, you know, like I had a bag of apples, like
Yeah.
sliced up apples. I wanted to give that
Yeah.
to somebody.
Yeah.
But
That was my lunch.
Yeah,
And I mean,
you know.
it's not like we're the richest people either.
Yeah.
You know, but so if I give you something, see, because I'm kind of unsympathetic when it comes to that, and I'll openly admit it. Like, I always want to know, like, because I'm stupid and nosy. Like, I always want to know, like, what led to that, because I just, maybe I want to know, like, how not to do that or avoid it.
Yeah.
But kind of lost track there.
no, I'm like, well, we're talking about
But
kind of.
so my wife is notorious for this. Like, she'll go get groceries, and somebody would be like, "Hey, man, can you spare any kind of money?" And and she goes, "Well, no, but I have like, do you want like a muffin? Do you want a couple apples? Do you want a couple bananas? You know, because I got to feed my damn kids." And they'll and every single time, it never fails. They'll go, "Nah, I don't want no apples." And it's like, what the fuck? I mean, you want to talk about beggars can't be choosers. What the fuck? Like, I didn't even give you a choice. I just here. Like, would you like it? Yes or no? Nah. And it's like, and you know, and then she goes,
my dad.
and then she goes, you know what? Fine. Like, never mind. And she'll put it all away, slam the trunk, and be like, "See you later."
Peace out.
Yeah. And
No,
it's like,
I learned
oh.
that from my dad. Like, you know, a couple times when he was in New York, he would tell me that like he would walk out in the morning, you know, do his morning routine, go to the liquor store, get a coffee, you know, go to work. And on the way to his, you know, liquor store to get his coffee, you know, a homeless dude was like, "Hey, you got any change or whatever?" And he was like, "No, you hungry?" He's like, "Yeah, man, I'm trying to eat, maybe get a cup of coffee." He's like, "All right, come on." My dad buys him continental breakfast with a coffee, and the dude's like, "Nah, man, I don't I'll get it myself. Like, I'll get it." My dad's like, "I ain't fucking feeding. I ain't helping you with your feeding your habit. Like, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Like, you either drink and eat this food that I got you, or you don't get shit.
Yeah.
You know, like."
But it gives you an idea of why they're there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And it's like you said, the definition of insanity. It's like your pride, your ego probably led you down that bad road, which led you to rock bottom. And guess what? You're scrounging and there's nothing there. So when someone actually gives you a rope, even a little bit of a candlelight, a metaphorical candle, and you blow it out yourself. Yeah. Well, then guess what? You don't. It's kind of like your race. Not you, but like people's races, black race, white, Mexican, Chamorro, whatever. And it's like when you act like the stereotypical race, well, guess what? You're not. You're
like
either
that.
you're going to be treated like that.
You're going to be looked at,
and that's exactly what it is, you know. And it's like, well,
and you know, especially like I know a lot of blacks, Mexicans,
Yeah.
Asians, you know, all races. I know some that are like, okay, that's a good person. They're going to do what they got to do. They're going to, you know, strive for what they want. They're going to go get what they want. They're not going to sit there and like wait for it.
No.
And then you got the same race, but they're just like shitty, you know?
Yeah.
And people like, okay, well, you know, he's a black guy. He's a bum. Like, no. Like, I know a good black dude.
Yeah.
That's really, you know, on his job. That's fucking, you know, supervisor position material. But then you got this other dude that's like crackhead material.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, well, that's a black guy. That's how they all are.
Yeah, that's how they all
nah,
are. Yeah.
Man. Like,
Yeah. See, because I always say, I hate people. I can't stand fucking people. But I love the individual person. You know what I mean? I like individual people. I like individual persons.
yeah.
That makes way more sense, right? Because I like you, and I don't really know any other Puerto Rican Chamorros or even just Puerto Ricans. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure if I met some, I'd be okay with them. But like, if you get people on a mass, like, just in a cafeteria or just kind of all together, one person makes a stupid move, it triggers you. You know, it makes you, and it enables like somebody else to do it too. Instead of like someone like me and you, if we were in a mass crowd, someone threw a big ass Molotov cocktail, you know what I mean? You know, the bottle's on fire. Me and you would perk up real quick like, we need to get out of here because that is stupid. You know what I mean? And what are we doing there in the first place? I don't know, but I don't know. But
yeah, man.
Yeah. And like I said, I mean, back to I do kind of have a little bit of a grudge against teachers in general, like as a whole.
There are cried telling your story. That big gulp.
No, there are a lot of individual teachers I admired and I applaud them. You know what I mean? Because there are. I went to Morris High School. It's not the.
And then I went to Bell Junior High, and I'm not saying it. I got a teacher fired.
Yeah.
A teacher. His name is Mr. Mackey. If I ever see your punk ass in La Jolla,
oh my god.
No, but
where did he touch you? Did he touch you in the naughty parts?
Hell no.
Let me take off my.
But no, like like you said, I was a good kid, bad student, same difference. But I was failing some of my classes. My counselor was like, "Hey, go to each class, all 6 periods, and get a handwritten grade." The progress reports weren't printed out yet. It was just where's the student.
Yeah.
So I went to all the periods. He was my 6th period class. And I went to him, and I hated him because he would always say that our area, Nationals or Paradise Hills. Area,
okay.
Like our area,
your zip code,
low pro, like
low quality people.
Yeah, just low income type people.
Yeah.
And he lived in La Jolla, where these kids, are educated and they know how to use their resources and just some bullshit. And it's like, dude, and we all the kids used to argue with this teacher, like, dude, we're just as good as anybody, like we're all the same. So I bring him my progress report. He looks at it, and I got like B's, C's, and D's. And then he looks at it, and he's like, "You don't deserve these grades. You're an F student." And dude, literally, he fucking started writing F on each, like where the other teachers wrote the grade.
What?
Yeah, dude. And I was like, "Are you serious?" And I grabbed my paper from him, like pretty much ripped it from his hands, and I was like, "Man, fuck you!" Like when I first started like cussing up a storm, I was like, every word in the book, yeah. And I fucking walked out, and I went straight to my counselor, and I was like, "Yo, Mr. Mackey, like I got all my grades like you told me to, and this one dude, because he just doesn't like me, I gave him my progress report to give me my grade, and this is what he wrote." And he wrote on it.
Yeah.
F, 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 F. He was like, "This, student deserves Fs because, something."
Oh, he handwrote that too?
Dude, he wrote it. I was like, maybe he was just off his like rocker. Like he was like, what, I'm tired of fucking kids. But
you goddamn chimeras. There's chimeras left and right.
Yeah, I took it to my counselor, and the counselor took it to the principal, and next thing you know, we have a substitute, and they were like, Mr. Mackey, is seeking out other opportunities, life opportunities or whatever.
Good man.
In real life, my dad was about to come up to the school and raise hell. Yeah,
shit.
My dad military.
Thank you.
But
see, that's what I mean about individual people or individual persons compared to people. And like that was, Miss O'Connor, bitch, and Mr. Mackey, also bitch. Those are individual teachers who should not be teaching. They should not do that. Yeah. Or they're not. They should be teaching elsewhere.
Those are those teachers that are in it for the paycheck, which is a shitty paycheck.
I'm about to say that then they shouldn't have. They're not here. Other countries, they make a shitload of money being teachers. Here, no, it's not even applauded either. You know what I mean? To be a teacher. And it sucks.
I feel like sometimes like teaching should be like on a commission type thing. Like, you know what I mean?
Then everybody get A's.
No. What? But that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. Is the more A's that come out of your class.
Yeah,
but not so much like you get your rate, your pay. but you get commission off of like these students that get A's that are like, I mean, yeah, there's students that, they just can't get it, and they, but the more you put into your teachings or whatever, I think you should get like a bonus, because that would like make teachers want to, help students. Because there's some teachers like come in, hey, like read chapters, blah, blah, blah. Let me know when you're done. And kind of just let you do your thing, which it's a learning, it's a learning style, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's just, I think teachers should like put more into their students.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I didn't come here and pay so much money to the government for you to just, hey, read chapter 14.
Yeah. And again,
and answer these questions.
It really, it's a touchy thing, because it's like, you could say that about police officers too. You could just catch these guys when they come out of their beds at a 9. You know what I mean? They didn't get none last night. Their back kind of hurts today. They're hungover, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, they come out on a 9 and they pull you over just because you went 66. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden the gun's pulled on you. It's like, whoa. Like, that's... Well, here's where it relates. Because when you were getting your grades and stuff like that, like, yes, you should be rewarded for the more work you put in. But on that actually, no, I don't know where that correlates. But anyways, I think there'd be a lot more A's coming out just because of the commission, quote unquote commission. You know what I mean? Like, they would give you an A just to give you an A, and even if you're an F student.
But I mean, obviously, well,
you see what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, of course, the minor stuff, like having if you're given a test. This test you would already know the answers. Like, you're not going to give a kid that just failed a fucking test an A, because that's obviously, you're obviously just giving him an A just to get the commission.
Yeah, but
he has to pass this test. It's not like the school board is not going to have a official copy of this test, like the final.
I don't know. There's like, a lot of flaws in that. There's just a ton of flaws in that.
Like, if you put more into your kids as a teacher, like, I feel that like you should get rewarded. Yeah. But if you're a shitty teacher, and these kids are like, well, they're here, like, I'm getting paid 9 to 5, or 9 to whatever time school ends. I'm getting paid from this time to this time.
Yeah, I mean, there was teachers back in my day. I don't know. I forget if it was in high school or middle school. I'm almost positive high school. They would, when that bell rung, guess what? They were the first ones out. You know what I mean? Yeah, they would just, Morris High School, they just bounce. It's like, oh, I guess we're following you then, like, they were gonzo. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, okay. And it was unfortunate.
I've always had those teachers where they were like, you don't leave when the bell rings, you leave when I say you can leave.
You know what? I have a problem with that too. I have a major problem with that.
I have a problem with that too, because I want to leave on time.
Well, this is where I have a problem with, and I've seen it recently, but I didn't know how to word it. But now that memes come out and all that shit, if the bell tells me when to get to class, the bell tells me when I can leave class.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And that's, I think it's very hypocritical. Yeah. That teachers do that. Yes, you should be everywhere on time, or at least 5-10 minutes early, whether it's an interview, whether it's a date, whether it's, meeting with the homies. You should always be on time or a little earlier. But like, in that kind of a system where we're all locked in this fishbowl, you know what I mean? Like, okay, the bell rings, you got 5 minutes for this gigantic campus.
But if you got a job to do, yeah, you got to be there on time.
Yeah.
But say your job's not done, and your supervisor's like, hey, can you stay an extra hour? Like,
well, that's what we get rewarded with overtime.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, are you gonna say, nah, I can't? Like, I'm good.
Well, that's powered by money.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? It's not. Yeah. I mean, if a teacher said, hey, look, now given the situation, like, your work's not done, you could stay if you like. Yeah, it is your grade. I was getting that. Like, it is your grade that you're working for. But there were those teachers that are like, all right, guys, read chapter this, beep. Okay, yeah, chapter 4, 5, and 6. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And then, they just they're donezo too. I mean, that's an 8-hour thing of spitting out the same stuff all the time as well. Like, they have a responsibility to teach you. When you go to work, you have a responsibility to you finish your stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's the same thing when it's a student, but...
Because
I guess that's kind of gray area. Yeah, it is. That's kind of hard, huh? Yeah. I mean, it does correlate. It does go.
You get teachers that are like, "Hey, you could stay and listen to what I gotta say because it's your grade."
Yeah.
Or you can fucking leave, and not.
Yeah, that
and
is
miss
true.
That
That's
gap
true.
of information that could be helpful.
Yeah.
It may or may not be. I'm just saying.
Well, see, and that's where I think parents kind of come in too, because it's like all of a sudden, like even because my kids, like we just got their progress reports, fucking aces everywhere, and I'm like, oh shit, like I honestly, since again, I don't really care for the education system. I'm like, wow, they're doing exceptionally good. They're doing really good. They ain't like straight A's or anything, but I'm like better than what I ever fucking did in my life. Okay, and so I'm like, that's cool. That should be rewarded. Like, that's a good thing, right? Mm-hmm. And again, kind of forgot where I was going with this.
What the hell's wrong with you, man?
I don't know, man.
Because we took one shot. No.
Yeah, I only took one shot. Mm-hmm. Damn, where was I going with that? Yeah. Teachers rock. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. But not all
except
of them.
Mr. Mackey
and Miss O'Connor.
Miss O'Connor.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. Now, my kids got really, really good I've been spoiled by the teachers I've had so far with my children. You know what I mean? They've been really good.
Oh, okay.
They've been really, really good. They've been good teachers. That my kids getting good grades, and it's like, oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, man. It's always good. Like you could tell you did your job when your kids.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's where it goes. When your parents, when you notice when your kids are getting really, really good grades, okay, when they're getting really good grades, all of a sudden they start to slip, and you go, oh, okay, maybe maybe it's the curriculum, maybe it's getting a little harder, maybe it's a little challenging. Let's go talk to the teacher, or let's let it go.
One of those parents.
Yeah,
man, we gotta go talk to the teacher.
No, I don't talk to the teacher to go, why is it ain't no A? No, it's like, well, why is it a B? Why is it a C?
What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on? Maybe I could help. And that's not me. No, not me, because I can't do Common Core for shit. My wife, wife does all that, and she reports back to me, and I'm like, all right. Good for you. Yes.
No.
Agreed. So she'll be
the
like,
foot is
she'll
down.
be like, what could I do to help your teaching process go further? And that's where the parents should come in. But not a lot of that happens nowadays, because I see all these parents, and my wife interacts with them way more, but I interact with them very little, but I do interact with them. Yeah. And I'm like, and they'll say something, and I'm like, what? Like, you didn't. Okay. Like, they didn't go over their spelling. They didn't go over the math. They didn't go over something. And again, I don't do any of that. I do that when Kalina's busy and stuff. I'm like, all right, I'll help you with your homework. And I'll do what I can. I sit down with them and I go through the trudges with them, because I've been there. I've done that. But that's where I think parents should pick up, where not the teacher or the kid, is just, here is help. Here's the accommodation. Here's something that I could be useful now. Because there is a teacher and student relationship. There's a trust there, and there's a bond that I don't think parents should really, truly mess with, because that's kind of like one of those things where kids go out on their own and they venture out, and teachers spark that creativity that allow them to think and use.
I think a lot of kids wouldn't do half the stuff that the teachers let them do. Like, I'm not saying that teachers let them do bad shit.
Yeah,
but I'm saying, like, they wouldn't open up like they do at school if we were like there watching.
Oh no, of course not. I mean, how many times have you been in school and then somebody else's parents come in the classroom and you're like, oh shit, hey, that's fucking Mike's dad right there, man. You know what I mean? Like, when the teacher parent.
I had my mom. Like, dude, my teacher, she used to like if I got shit wrong, like it was like what, fourth grade. If I didn't turn in homework, which I didn't turn in homework
ever,
she would like not let me go to lunch, and she would drive me to my mom and talk to my mom, and I'm just like. I'm going to fucking die when I get home from school today because you just woke up my mom.
Oh, man.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Well, that's kind of, I mean, that's borderline psycho, but that's a good teacher that she was invested, or he
But
or she was invested in you.
Like, now that I think, I at first I wasn't questioning it. It's like my
Yeah.
teacher was like, get in the car. We're going to go talk to your mom.
Was it a
I'm
guy
like,
or a girl?
It was a lady.
Okay, you're lucky then, because at worst, she would have just sucked your dick. And then now, I'm going to talk to your mom. I'm just kidding. That's bad all around. That's bad. I'm sorry. I should have said that.
But no. But I was like, now that I think about it, I was like, was that even legal? She took me off of school premises to take me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that. I mean, it was, of course,
like to
way
talk to
back
that
in the
teacher.
day.
I would love
it
to
was
talk to
way
that
back
teacher.
in the day. It
What's
was
what's
third
the
grade.
teacher? What's the teacher's
I
name?
forget her name, dude.
What?
I forget her. Dude. Her
Did she
name.
touch your naughty parts there, Mike? Did you touch her naughty? Show me on the doll. I'm gonna go get a doll real quick. That sounds so freaky. That's fucking psychotic.
Like, I'm telling you, back in the day, I went because, you know, it was like the confidence thing. You're like, Mike, come on, we're going, you know, we're going to get in my car. We're going to go to your mom or where you live. Wake up your mom and tell her how bad I'm doing in school. And I'm like, okay. And like the class would go to lunch. Me and her would go out to the parking lot, get into her car, and go to my mom's to our
is
apartment.
psychotic. Was your
Yeah.
mom a dealer or
No.
anything like
No,
that?
hell
Like
no. What
she,
the
I'm
fuck?
trying to think of something like maybe she had stole some weed on the side and you didn't know, and then
And
that
my
parent
teacher-
like used you, like
As an
you didn't turn in your
excuse.
damn home. We gonna see your mama, goddamn. Hey, look, I'm gonna turn that D into a C. Give me an eighth. Dude,
Give me a
all right?
little
Hey, the
something,
more
something.
more you give me,
No,
the higher
but-
his grade.
but
You know,
now
doesn't
that I think-
doesn't that make more
now
sense?
that I think about it, I'm like, man, like that was so illegal. You cannot take
That
another
is very
person's-
illegal. That's so morally, ethically, it's all wrong. She should not have done it. Wait, do you think you're the only student?
I'm guessing.
What if she
I
did
don't
that to
know.
other? What if she did that to everybody? Like, oh my god!
But it was just, it's weird to me now thinking about it. Now that I'm older.
yes,
Yeah,
it's
now that
fucking
I'm
weird,
older,
Mike.
I'm like, she like took me to, and it was over there. I was going to Sunny Slope in Chula Vista in Imperial Beach. Well, yeah, Imperial Beach, I guess. But off of Palm.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I lived at Palm Apartments, and Sunny Slope was like right across the trolley tracks, like turn a couple ways.
Yeah.
And the school was there, and she used to put me in a car and like straight up take me home.
What a psycho!
And she would wake up my mom, and my mom would be pissed because she's like, I'm fucking sleeping. She used to work late.
Oh, I was gonna say, what is she doing sleeping that late, man? Jesus.
She works late, or she
okay.
worked late at that
Yeah,
time.
yeah, all right.
And my teacher waking her up put me in more danger. I'm like, you trying to help me? You trying to kill me right now?
You ain't educating nothing right now. You need to educate yourself.
Yeah. So like,
What a psycho!
but now that I think
What
about
a
it, I'm like,
psycho!
that
So
really
she
did
couldn't.
happen.
She wasn't hot though, right?
Huh? No. I mean, she was
Normal, just a normal
Yeah,
ass.
it wasn't like a old granny teacher.
Yeah,
but
it was
wasn't
just
like a
What
hot
a psycho!
Yeah.
Oh my god! What a psycho!
teacher. I'm like tripping. I'm like,
You probably shouldn't have. Oh
I
man!
think we should have sued.
If my dude, if
But
anybody
again-
did,
again,
I'd beat them on the spot. White meat. I'd beat them
the
to the white meat.
security and like it wasn't as like being
Yeah.
abducted. It wasn't as
Yeah,
dude,
yeah,
me and my siblings and my cousins, we were out all day
Yeah,
until the lights came on, the street lights
Yeah.
came on. Nobody was like worrying about anybody like picking us up, like the whole don't talk to strangers.
yeah. Stranger danger and all
yeah.
that. Dude, I did that to my kid just like last week. I was like, if anybody ever talks to you, they say, hey, would you like to see my puppy? I have candy. We do. I scared my kid so bad. We were gonna go to like the store. She didn't want to leave the house. She was like, I am afraid. And I was like, oh, but like, my wife goes, oh, it's okay. Like, but you need to be aware. She's very much aware now. That scared the shit out of her. And it's like, she's hyper aware now. Like, oh, that scared me so much. I don't even want to leave my house right now.
Me and my sister were in New York, and my dad, he thought it was going to be funny as shit to play a joke on us, but we just got to New York to visit him or whatever, and he was like, I'm gonna stop at this radio place or whatever. So he parks, and it's like he parks right in front. It was one of those meter parking.
Yeah.
It was right in front of the place.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm parked here. I'm running real quick. I was like, all right. But the dude in the audio place was was going to fix his radio.
Yeah.
So he was paying, and he just sent the dude, and he was just knock on the window and like tell my kids that you're going to, work on the radio. And he knocked on our window, and me and Sissy look, never seen the dude in our eyes. We're like, what the fuck? And he's like, pointing at the radio. I'm gonna fix the radio. Me and Sissy locked all the doors, and we're like, fuck no.
Oh, good for you guys.
No.
Good for you.
And then, my dad came out, and he was laughing, and he was like, hey, that's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
But I told him to come. He was like, sorry, he apologized for.
Yeah.
But me and Sissy were like, click, 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 click,
yeah,
click.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
Tiger stance. Yeah. But dude, that's such a good
no.
thing because every day I'm 20 minutes away from my kids. That's an eternity. If something happened to my kid, if she breaks her toe, that is not enough time. I mean, 20 minutes away, shit. Yeah. So I tell them all the time. I tell all three of them because I'm not putting that responsibility on my oldest child. Like if something happens, I'm like, you should have been. You should. No, I'm like, from your littlest brother to the oldest one, I was like, you guys need to take care of each other. Yeah. I was like, mommy and daddy can't always watch you. And one day, or hopefully never happens, I was like, but maybe one day someone's going to be like, hey, I need help. Can you come help me? My friend is hurt. And that alarm goes off like, yeah, I need to run. I need to run now. And there was a study, or I think 60 Minutes did it. I think I talked about it on the show, but 60 Minutes did it or something like that. And the stranger would walk up to their kids, and all the parents were around. So it was kind of like what you were telling me with that baby. They would let the baby jump in the pool, and then, same thing. So
everybody knows.
Yeah, so everybody's aware, and their kids and parents are right there, but not in sight, I guess. And I've never seen it, so I'm guessing. And this stranger would come up to him and be like, hey, I have candy. You want some candy? And the kids would all alarm, and just book. They would just fucking haul ass. And not one kid fell for it. And I was so happy for all those kids because I was like, those are good parents and those are good kids. Now, I'm not saying I'm a bad parent at all. Again, being Mr. Hypercritical of himself, I'm like, I can always be better. But I warn my kids all the time. I'm like, dude, stranger danger. I'm like, if someone grabs you, you bite, you kick, you scream.
Dude, LaVaylin has the ear piercing scream. Yeah. Since she was a baby. Yeah. It's an ear piercing. She's like a siren. Yeah. Where it's just it will make your ears bleed if she screams.
My middle child does that too, or could. But yeah, and it's scary talking about it too, but it's reality, because even as a kid, back in the 80s and the 90s, guess what? I went to Audubon Elementary School, and I lived on Doty Street. And for a kid, I think that was about a mile and a half, something like that. For a kid that was in kindergarten and first grade, I had to walk that. And I walked it with my older brother, which he couldn't have been no more than second or third grade. Maybe fourth, fifth. I don't know.
I walked to school all my life.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But for a kindergarten, so for someone that was only 4 years older than him, and having his cousin, 2 girls and 3 boys, and maybe a couple other neighborhood kids, that's a far walk on the skyline. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Even though it was the 80s and 90s, Jesus Christ, that's scary as shit. But our parents at the time had to do what they had to do, and I'm not saying they're bad parents at all. They were making money. They were holding down the household. Yeah, they were taking care of us in another way, and we had to walk. I would never, even to this day, I would never let my kids do that ever in a million years. Yeah. So it's just different times, and I get it. But the stranger danger thing, I tell my kids, please tell your kids, because that's very real, and it's they're online, they're in school and stuff.
Fucking predators are everywhere.
Yeah, man. But that psycho ass. I mean, how we got on this path is that psycho ass fucking teacher that wanted to touch Mike in his naughty parts. Those are my naughty parts. Man, I would like to talk to her and be like, why?
Shit, my older mine, I was like, man, I wish she would have touched my naughty parts.
Yeah.
But instead of take me home to get my mom pissed off.
Your mom doesn't touch your buttocks and
whoop my ass.
Yeah. Fuck that, man. Ooh, scary. Oof. But but be informed, guys. Be informed. be involved with your kids. You know, the stuff's very real and it's very scary. So, anyways, go ahead, Mike. Do what you got to do, man.
Well,
I'm scared now and shit. I'm going to hug my kids now. Like, hug my kids.
But anyways, hit us up on mod4up at gmail.com.
That's pathetic.
Thank you, babe, for
Honey.
watching us.
Thanks, Claudia.
But yeah, hit us up on mod4up at gmail.com. We're going to go live from now on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going
Why
to hit
not?
up live. Probably be from mine. If you look up Michael Dredd Marrero or Dominic Alvarez, we're going to go on our live. Because it seems like...
look, man. I'm looking pretty good.
Let me just shut this off. But anyways, hit us up on mod4up at gmail.com. Hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Watch us, or excuse me, listen to us on iTunes, YouTube, and SoundCloud.
Yeah. So this episode sponsored by Flow Roll Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes.
You go to 852 Jackman Street in El Cajon, California. It's in that shopping center right by the Rock Church and like Playtown and Turner's. It's all in that same area. You can catch Coach Ricky and Flow Roll Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday is from 7 to about 9:30, and on Saturdays, I believe it's about 9 or a little bit earlier till about 11:30. So about 9 to 11:30 or something like that. So self-defense, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, mixed martial arts. Coach Ricky Nunez has everything in that one building. He has everything. He's very knowledgeable. He's a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he overall has 16 years of martial arts experience.
Yeah,
So
follow
go check
him
out.
on Instagram at FlowRoBJJ and at Ricky _ Nunez _ BJJ.
Yep. So that's his competition team, his athletic page, and his business. So you know what I mean. Go check him out. Follow him. Subscribe. He's a good dude. I guarantee you will have the greatest results with this guy.
You won't be disappointed.
No, that's for sure. He's very nice and very knowledgeable. So go check him out. Thank you for sponsoring the show. Flow Roll BJJ on Instagram. Flow Roll Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and mixed martial art and MMA on Facebook. So thanks, guys. Appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mike. Anything else?
Nope.
Man, I'll catch you cats later.
Peace out.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to the show. Once again, I'd just like to remind you guys that this episode was brought to you by Flow Roll Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA. Go to Flow Roll Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA on Facebook and at Flow Roll BJJ on Instagram. You can find them at 9962 Prospect Avenue, Santee, or Studio F, Santee, California. You can also give them a call at 619-415-5305. One more time. 619-415-5305. You can hit him up on Facebook, hit him on Instagram. He's a good dude, Coach Ricky Nunez, and you won't be disappointed, that's for sure. If you go to Flow Roll Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA on Facebook and check him out at Flow Roll BJJ on Instagram, okay? For all your Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu questions and needs, if you want to just try it, you want to meet new people, get out, get a little bit of confidence, learn some self-defense and stuff, this is the place to be. I guarantee you're going to have fun, and it'll be extremely educational for you guys. So thank you for listening to the show. Thank you, Flow Roll Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, for the sponsorship and the love, and I'll catch you cats later.